Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 1500 points. The Orks have returned, and in this battle they'll be taking on the Imperial Knights here, allied with Imperial Fists, fighting across this abandoned Imperial compound. It's been blasted here, craters across the board, arms and ammunition in containers, but it'll be across this terrain that the Orks will do battle with the forces of the Imperium. Right, so 1500 points of Orks. I'm working on my Ork army at the moment in light of the new Codex, some new units and so on the way. But for now, I'm going to play 1500 points to see how they get on. Bit of an introduction game for them. Not an easy one, though, here against Imperial Knights and Imperial Fists. But it's Goths I've gone for with their clan culture. So on sixes, unmodified sixes in close combat, they'll get extra bonus attacks. So I'm going to run a Vanguard and a Spearhead detachment here. It's Battle Forge, so 5 command points. I've spent one of those command points getting an extra relic for this force. So there's a number of HQs here. First is the Ork War Boss. It's Gutrippa. He returns with his attack squig. His Power Claw, which I've taken a relic, the Killer Claw for him, and then a custom shooter with the rocket launcher as well for him. He's the Warlord as well. Brutal but cunning. He will get reroll hit rolls and then +1 to his damage as well in the turn which he charges, was charged, or performed an heroic intervention. That means with the Killer Claw he'll be on damage 4 with that upgraded Power Claw. So that's Gutrippa. Then I'm using a couple of index-based models here as well. So there's a standard Big Mech with a custom force field and big chopper. That's Napoleon Git Smasher, he's been named. Then another Big Mech here on a bike, that's from the index also, and then a War Boss on a bike, that's from the index as well. Zog here with a Power Claw, Dagger guns for him, and then he's taken the relic here, the Lucky Stick, which is for a Goth model only. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by friendly Goth character models whilst within 6 inches of the bear in the fight phase, and also reroll hit and wound rolls for the bearer as well in the fight phase. So some nice bonuses here for these two Ork characters just to make them a bit more deadly. Then for troops, I have 2 units of 10 Ork boys, sluggers, choppers and stick bombs. One of them's carrying tank buster bombs in each of those units, and there's a knob there with big chopper for each of those units. Then I have actual tank busters here, 2 units of 8 with 2 bomb squigs. All armed with rocket launchers. There's a knob there as well, armed with rocket launcher, and they've all got tank buster bombs. And then I've paid the points for 2 trucks here. Just going to use these 2 looted wagons as trucks here in this game, each of those with big shooters. Then that's 2 elites, and then the third elite here is the Pain Boy with a Power Claw for him. Then another elite here, it's the Mega Knobs, all with Power Claws, custom shooters, and then there's Killsaw Carl here armed with the 2 kill saws. Then heavy support, it's a Bonebreaker battle wagon. Paid the points to the Death Roller for him, and I paid the points to 1, 2, 3, 4 big shooters, and then this rocket system on top. I can use that as a kill cannon upgrade for him. Then 2 more heavy choices here. It's the mech guns, so they've been split into 1 unit choice each. Custom mega cannons for them, for each of those, and then the 5 grot crew. So that's the list here, 1500 points of Orks. Experimental at this stage and trying to get a feel for how the Orks play and see how well they do. They're up against a tough army here. Imperial Knights are tough enough, and their Space Marine allies as well. But we'll take a look and see what the Imperial forces have. Alright, so 1500 points of Imperial Knights is the primary detachment here, and then some allies in the form of Imperial Fists. They do go quite well together, this combination. Just whilst the Imperial Knight army has been put together, just going to use some Space Marine allies here, and it will grant some nice command points as well, because we're taking a battalion detachment. Aaron Allen is here. He'll happily run the Imperial forces here and try and defeat the Orks in this episode. So the primary detachment here is the Imperial Knights. It's 2 Armiger Warglaves with the thermal spears. They've paid the points to the melter gun on top and the Reaper chain cleaver close combat weapon for each of them. Then a Knight Paladin with repeater battle cannon and heavy stubber, second heavy stubber, and then the Rippa chainsword for him as well. So Aaron's going to take him as the warlord here. It's Iron Bulwark is the warlord trait, so 4+ invuln save against ranged attacks, and then has also taken Armour of the Sainted Iron, which is a 2+ armour saves. This Knight Paladin here looking very, very tough indeed. Then for the Imperial Fists, it's a battalion detachment, so 2 HQs, 1 Terminator Chaplain with Storm Bolter, 1 Librarian, paying the points to the staff, and then 1, 2, 3 units of Tactical Marines with a Sergeant, Bolt Pistol and Chainsword, regular Marines, and then in each of those squads is a Ladz Cannon as well. And then finally 3 Rhinos here, all with Storm Bolters, and then 2 of them carrying Hunter Killer missiles. So that's the list here for the Imperial Fists. They'll be glad to have some infantry support coming in from the Space Marines, but the primary detachment and perhaps the deadly element to this army is these Imperial Knights. Just to mention for Imperial Knights, these have been painted up by Grey Fox Studios, so I'll put a link in the video below, but you can check them out. They've been painted up very nicely indeed, but it's an army that's being painted up on commission at the moment, and a great job being done by Grey Fox Studios, hoping to get the 2,000 points army of those done in the near future. We're getting close to halfway there, so we thought we'd get these out and use them in a fight. Right, so the scenario is called Secure and Control. It's Eternal War mission from the regular 40k rulebook, and it is Frontline Assault is the deployment. Aaron won the roll-off, so he elected to go at the other side of the board, just over there, and then the Orks will be here. So this is like a shallow arrow here, so the tip of Ork deployment is here, centre of the board just marked by that dice, and then the line stretching across here. And then around the other side, this is the deployment zone here for the Imperial forces. Okay, and then we've just placed our objectives. So Ork objectives just here, sort of central, and then across the other side for the Imperial Knights, just next to the palm trees here. So both armies setting up their objectives quite central in the board. So expect the carnage to take place mostly in the middle. So each objective is worth 3 victory points. Very straightforward, this mission. It's defend your own objective and capture the enemy objective here. Then there's points available for Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and Line Breaker also. So whatever happens in this game, victory will be determined as to who controls either of these objectives. So both sides will have an interest of defending their own for sure. So Orks, with all their aggression, will need to be careful. And then a big incentive to go after the enemy's objective as well. And the game may well go down to just a couple of points being scored for things like Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker, and First Blood. But we'll go on to deployment now, start alternating placing units on the board. Okay, so the mat that we're using in this game is a battle mat from gamemat.eu. They produce these 6x4 battle mats, and in other sizes as well. It's this mouse mat material, and then this other material on top with a printed design. It's nice and quiet for dice rolling. Has no noise, nice and soft for models falling over and so on as well. And you just need a nice flat surface. We roll the table out, and then we put the lichen and the stones and other terrain onto the board just to blend it all in. But it's a great foundation, gives you all the colours that you need. Then you can place your terrain on top. And most of the terrain that we're using in this game as well is from gamemat.eu as well. So all of these here, this is the industrial terrain set that they produce. That's the stand. It comes pre-painted. That's the colours you get. And then I've started to work on them here, putting some of my own colours on top and some extra effects on those as well. But it's gamemat.eu. They produce these battle mats, and then the terrain available from them also. Right, so deployment complete here. Orks reacting to the Imperial Knights and Imperial Fists with their deployment. I've hidden the Ork boys here, put them behind this line of sight blocking terrain. Not sure what to do with those, they may well prove useful later on. But the bulk of the Ork force is deployed here, so mech guns sitting on top of the objective, Napoleon Git Smasher, the big mech with them. Zog's just deployed to their right. The other big mech riding the bike is here, and then everyone keep within 9 inches. There's a 5+ invuln save across all of these models, 2 units of tank busters, and then inside the bone breaker here is the 4 mega knobs, Gutrippa, and also the pain boy has joined them as well. So Orks deploying centrally with a view to protect their objective, and then remember the Imperial objective is just through here, but you can see that the Imperial Knights and Imperial Fists have split their deployment on the two flanks. So the Knight here deploying near the objective, then across here the Chaplain just behind these two Rhinos, each of the Ladz cannon teams inside, the two Warglaives just here, and then right on the extreme left hand flank is another Rhino, and that has the Librarian just inside. No reserves here for the Imperial Fists and Imperial Knights, and no reserves at all for the Orks, so everything that's going to take part in this game is on the table. So just for the Orks here, this is the units that are inside their transports, so both units of the tank busters inside their trucks, and then Gutrippa, the Pain Boy, Gut Stitcher is his name, and then the 4 Meganobs inside the Bonebreaker battle wagon. So excited here. It's not going to be straightforward for the Orks stuff. This will just be a head towards the enemy and destroy them game, but Aaron's split the army in two. So do we veer right, or do we veer left and go after bigger prizes? We'll see. Orks have got choices to make here. But here is the now biting bit where we determine to see who goes first. Aaron is on +1. He finished long before the Orks finished their deployment. So it'll be +1 here to the Imperial Knights. It is their debut on the channel, so there's no pressure on them. So after you, yeah, okay, here it comes. 4, right, so +1, 5. Need a 5 or a 6 here. Come on. Oh, 2. Right, so now we're trying to seize initiative. We've prepared. We prepare here, trying to anticipate not going first. Unless we roll a 6, a 2 again. No curses. All right, the Tau dice rolling here have not helped the Orks out. But we dreaded going second. It is going to work out this way here. So Orks debuting with an experimental list, new codex, bit of pressure on them, pressure on the Imperial Knights as well, but they will go first and get to strike first here in this battle. So can the Orks withstand the firepower on turn 1 is the big question, and then whatever survives here and down here can then move out and try and make an impact in this game. There's 2 objectives up for grabs in this battle. We'll see who the victor will be. We're going to turn 1 now for the Imperial Knights and their allies. Okay, so on turn 1, movement here. Aaron's deciding what to do. I think both armies will be mostly interested in blasting each other to pieces to start off with, but then at the back of your mind you're going to keep the 2 objectives in mind as well. So just a reminder, they're here at the moment, a dense population of Orks at this end, and then the Imperial forces are backed off from their objective. It's just there, but it's being watched very carefully by the Imperial Knight Paladin. So Aaron's on the move here pretty quick. He's gone first, so now he's able to go on the attack, try and get the initial firepower here against the Orks. We do have a 5+ invuln. You can imagine a dome here, or double dome going on of a 5+ invuln save. That should prevent some of the firepower coming through, but it's not going to stop everything. So I'm hoping that we can keep our transports alive as much as we can here, and then be able to respond to the Imperial Knights and Imperial Fists on the Ork turn. Yeah, Imperial Knights on the move as well. Uh-oh, there could be a blistering amount of firepower heading in the Ork direction. Alright, so movement's complete here, nice and quick. Everything's mechanised up, and it looks like everything's converging towards the Orks, so Aaron's going to take the fight to them. Anchoring at the back, though, the Chaplain in Terminator armour. 2 Rhinos have surged ahead. This one onto the objective. The Imperial Knight Paladin here onto the objective as well. Then the 2 Armiger Warglaves here on the move also, and the Rhino with the Librarian just behind. That's movement done, but the Imperial forces here are not going to sit back. They are converging on the concentration of Orks just over there. We'll go on to shooting phase here. I think, what powers did you take for your Librarian?
Fury of the Ancients and Smite.
Okay, and you can't manifest any of those?
Inside.
No, okay, great. All right, so psychic phase, we'll bypass that, and we'll go on to raw, cold-hearted firepower here for the Imperial forces. We'll see how well they can perform. So, dreading this to some degree. The Ladz cannons are still inside the transports. Aaron opting to go for mechanised movement with them. So there's 3 Ladz cannons we don't have to worry about yet. So really it's just going to be the firepower coming in from the Knight and the 2 Warglaves as well. We'll see what kind of damage. They are very well equipped here. Nasty weapons there on the Helverins. There'll be some nasty melter firepower come through. And the repeater battle cannon could cause a lot of trouble here as well. The other crucial point here is first blood. Not always a big point in a lot of the other missions, but in this particular mission it could be a game decider here. So Aaron will want to try and pick up first blood and try and pick on one of these Ork units. Probably one of the transports is the better option for him to go for. Alright, so here it is.
Yeah. Let's go into the...
So then he's going to go into this one here. The regular melter's range 12, so that's out of range. So D3 shots here with the help. Alright, so Aaron's 3 shots coming through here from the Warglaive, needing 3s.
Okay.
Gets his 2 hits. 3s to wound here.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so we'll see if the 5+ invuln bubble helps. I'd love to roll up at least a 5. Oh, a 5 and a 6. Okay, we've gone from despair to jubilation here. The bubble, there's a double bubble going on here. Whose bubble was that? It's the big mech on the bike. His bubble has helped protect the lead truck here with the tank busters inside. Now, if that bubble wasn't there, you'd be looking at horrific damage coming through. So well done. Ork primitive technology here is holding back the Imperial firepower so far. Could it be a sign of things to come? We'll see. Okay, so Aaron's going to repeat here with the next Armiger. 2 shots. 1 hit. Thinking about command reroll here. Does have plenty of command points available. Does he spend or save?
Yeah, I'm going to spend it.
Yeah, he's going to try and get the hit here. 3+.
Nope.
No. Okay. 3s for a wound.
Yep.
That does come through. Now, surely not, everybody says. That 2. No, it gets through. Alright, so you're looking at D6 damage here. 4. And then I get ramshackle. I can't believe this. That's just gone down to damage 1. So a wound caused here because of the poor construction of this looted Imperial tank. The damage has been reduced to just 1 measly wound. Alright, so crazy stuff here. This is good news here for the Orks, but we've not finished yet. We've still got the Imperial Knight to fire. Repeater battle cannon available for him. So Aaron's going to roll up for this deadly weapon next. Is that D3 or D6?
That's D6.
God, 11 shots. So some very extreme dice rolls being made here. But Aaron will be glad to roll an 11 for his number of shots coming through against the truck here. So, yeah, there's some misses. But generally it's average. He's got 7 hits here by the looks of it. And again, it's strength 8, so it'll be 3s to wound. 5 wounds come through. Yes, it's -2, so we go down to our 5+ in-1 save. We'll use that to try and block some of these. Right now, we could be in trouble. I don't want to use a command reroll. Don't have any command points this Ork force, so I'm going to leave it at that. So it's 4d3 damage. It's doable to get the point here. That's 7. Not quite enough. No, we dropped to 2 wounds left. So I think it's down to heavy stubbers here to see if they can pick up the last few wounds. Okay, so 2 heavy stubbers, so Aaron's going to roll up for those. Yeah, that one just rolled over, that's all hits, that's fine. And 5's to wound. That's going to be enough to destroy us here. There's 2 wounds have come through. 4 up save. No. I've just remembered we need to do the ramshackle rule for that damage that came through. We're going to leave things as they are, and I'm just going to see if we can roll up some 6s here for this damage that's already come through from the repeater battle cannon. Okay, so just rolled up here. I didn't get any 6s, so the damage has remained exactly as it is. Aaron's roll here still stands. So as things as they are, this vehicle will be destroyed, and I'll concede the point. I do think it is definitely worth a reroll here. So command reroll, and we're looking for 4+. Oh, I've got a 4, just about, so we've kept that alive. Just with 1 wound remaining here on the truck. Alright, so 1 wound left. All hope's not lost here for First Blood, because Aaron does have these rhinos. These 2 over here are the ones that have the Hunter Killer missile upgrades. One of them can see. Aaron is going to shoot the Hunter Killer. You need a 4 up to hit this. And then also the Stormbolter, if it's 2 shots, possibly can pick up a wound as well. So here we go. Hunter Killer missile, to see if it can finish off this Ork truck. Oh, he's rolled a 1, and no reroll available, so that's that gone. 2 Stormbolter shots, range 24. 3s for hits.
2 hits.
I know he's going to get a wound here. No. 4 and a 1. Alright, so that is shooting phase finished. No assaults to take place. 2 armies quite far apart here, but Orks can breathe a sigh of relief, and they can thank the big mech on the bike. Some high fives going on here with the Orks as they congratulate here, seeing multiple shots impacting on this protective bubble that's been wrapped around this Ork force. So anticipating they're not always going to go first with the Orks, I've tried to compensate here with the custom force field, and it's literally saved the Orks and save that particular vehicle as well as the shoddy and horrific mechanical work that's been done on that. It's so badly designed and put together that it's actually kept the truck alive. But that is the end of the turn here for the Imperial forces. They've made some impact, but this Ork force remains in pretty good shape, and going to crack open the repair box here. The toolbox comes out, and we're going to make some repairs on this truck as well. But turn 1 coming up next for the Orks, a chance for them to respond to this Imperial attack. Alright, so movement for the Orks here, reacting to the Imperial attack. We're not going for a headlong, reckless charge here. Gutrippa is brutal, but he's cunning at the same time. So we're sort of circling around and trying to get into position. We have taken heavy damage here. Restored 2 wounds here with the Big Mech on the bike. It's back up to 3, so that takes us back into a regular damage bracket instead of the severe damage bracket for that. We had to move first, only 6 inches there with the truck. This one moving up behind. I've been slowed down here by this one that's in trouble. Zog swung round. I was going to go for a charge of him, but we're just going to keep him back. Boys have made their move now. These have gone 10 inches, either up and over. We've gone round 10 with them, and then just a 1 rolled for their advance, so 6 inches in total of those Ork boys. Squigs, they've just been let loose here. They'll be sent into a target soon, all being well. Then here, the Big Mech's just shifted round, just keeping this character protected on this Grand Battery here, and then just holding back for now. We've got Rippa. We're just going to try and soften up the Imperial forces with firepower. First of all, that's the plan. So movement's done. There's no psychic phase here for the Orks, no weird boy in the army. So we'll go on to firepower next for the Orks. We'll see what kind of impact we can make. Alright, so shooting here. We're going to start with the damaged truck here. Going to go for a bit of revenge. We're going to fire our rockets at the Warglaive just here, and then we're going to let loose 2 of the Squigs. They are within range. They're going to fire the other one. So we are going to pay 2 command points for more Dakka here. It's quite expensive in command points, don't have many command points left, but we're trying to let off a decent volley at this stage. The question that we had is, does the 5s and 6s for generating extra shots count as a squigs? We're going to play that it does. It's a shooting attack, so if I roll any 5s and 6s here, we're actually going to get an extra attack here with these 2 squigs. So we'll fire them 2 first, see how well trained they are. 2s for hits. One of them's off target here. We get to re-roll hits against vehicles. Yeah, and that's actually generated some more Dakka here. So we'll roll this one, which hits. Alright, so 3 bomb squig hits coming through here against the Wargames, this one just here. Yeah, it's on strength 8 here. Yes, 2 wounds come through. Not going to re-roll any of that one there. So -2s. 2 saves of 5+ here. Squigs have done well. Aaron does save 1, so it will be d6 damage coming through. And we score a 4. Not too bad. Alright, so the Warglaive here has taken some damage from a bomb squig. So there's 12 wounds from that unit. So Aaron drops down to 8, but still healthy enough. Now we'll go for our 8 shots with the more Dakka stratagem being used here. So 5s and 6s. Yeah, there's going to be some decent amount of Dakka coming through here, I think. So we'll re-roll these first of all. God, there's 2 more. And then we're going to get another 5 shots. Re-rollable. Yeah, this is a pretty pretty good stratagem here. Okay, so 5s and 6s. Yeah, there's another 2. Now, these don't generate further shots here, but this is getting a bit scary. Re-roll these, and there's another one. Unbelievable. Alright, so in total, 8 hits have come through. So loads of Dakka here. 3s to wound. We've fouled with those, but there's 5 saves here for Aaron to make. They're at -2. They're a straight 3 damage each time, and Aaron's just rolled probably the best dice roll of the game. Well done. What extreme results we're getting here. Just 3 damage comes through here against the Warglaive. Yeah, so you can roll some great dice for shooting, but Aaron's responded here with a great dice roll response. So 4 out of 5 saves being passed here. You needed to. If you'd fouled a couple more, they would have been in real trouble with one of those Warglaives. But Orks scratching their heads here at the moment. That Dakka should have destroyed one of those, but defiantly the 2 Warglaives remain alive. We'll fire. We've got tank busters here and some of the firepower to resolve. We've got these big guns here as well with the mech guns available to shoot also. Okay, so 8 shots with the next one. Squigs are out of range, and we need to, because of the range, we need to go into the closest Warglaive. It's on 8 wounds. So looking for 5s, and they're re-rollable. Yeah, so 4 hits come through. Dakka actually, sorry, I just rolled a 6 there, so that's an extra shot, which misses, and re-rollable. Hits. Alright, so I need to remember that regular Dakka special roll. 3s to wound. Oh, this is a crazy game, this one here. 5 wounds all of a sudden on the lead Warglaive. Can Aaron pull out another great dice roll? He saves 2, but it's going to be 9 wounds coming through. He can use a re-roll here to try and keep this thing alive, because it's 9 damage at this stage with 8 wounds remaining. He'll need a 5 up. Tough choice here. Knowing that the Orks still have a fair amount of firepower to come. Does he save the re-roll for something else? He's going to leave it. Armiger Warglaive brought down here. He's going to roll to see if he detonates. Nope. No. Alright, so this Warglaive's gone, but good firepower here for the tank busters. Great exhibition from them. Okay, so that's firepower done here. We fired out big shooters as well into the Warglaive. No wounds coming through. There's no firepower here. Dakka guns are out of range. The boys are out of range. So we're down to the 2 mech guns to fire. Great resource for the Orks to have a bit of firepower available at the back. And then the weapons that are on the battle wagon as well. This one, range 36, can see through to the Warglaive across here. So we'll fire at that. D6 shots with the custom mega cannon. Whoa, dear me, right, okay, so 6 shots available. This is affected, I believe, by Dakka as well. So that's 6 shots. We're just checking it. We think that the Grot crew here, they're still able to, it says Dakka in the profile, so they'll still get that bonus. It's just the clan bonus that they're not able to use here. So we're looking for 4+ here with these. Yeah, and that one generates an extra shot. which gets a hit. This is Orc firepower's getting a bit respectable now. If you can dish out the shots, you need volume of firepower is the key. So we'll go for 3s to wound. 3 have failed. Those 2 go through. These are -3s. Aaron will drop to his 5+ invuln save available. He does block one of them, so will not destroy it, but D6 damage. And it's a 5 coming from one of these mech guns here. Good firepower here from the Grot crew. Alright, so next one. This one can't see through to here, so we're going to have to go after the Knight. We are in range 36, so we'll let off a warning shot here to the Knight to see if he'll stay back. I don't think he will. Number of shots. 6. This is ridiculous. Alright, so again we'll need 4+ to hit here with these 6 shots. What a debut here for these mech guns. A lot of debuts here for multiple units. We've never used the Warglaives in the game. As a debut here for the Paladin. I don't think we've used that configuration in the battle before. Mech guns are new as well. But here come the shots. 4+. Yes. And that one generates an extra shot, which hits. 4s for wounds though. Strength 8, toughness 8. Yeah, very impressive here. So Aaron will take his 4+ invuln save here to try and block this. This could be scary. He blocks 2, 6 and 4. Well done. But it will be D6 damage here against the Knight. He rolled a 4. 4 wounds stripped off the Knight here by the Grot gunners. Okay, so 5 power remaining is the battle wagon. The configuration there is 4 big shooters. I'll put that into Hell variant. It's got 4 wounds left. And then across here we'll fire the kill cannon into the Imperial Knight. So D6 shots with that. I've just rolled a 6 again. Strange. 5s and 6s here. Mobile Fortress, it's moved, but there's no minus to the hit rolls. So just 1 hit comes through, which generates an extra shot, which misses. Alright, it's just 1 hit. 5s for a wound, strength 7. The wound does come through, it's -2 and 2 damage. Okay, so 2 damage caused there. That'll drop Aaron down to 18 wounds left on the Knight. Then we'll go for our shots into the Warglaive here. 12 shots here with the big shooters. Okay, so big shooters here. You're generating hits or shots here, so those will come through as hits, and then the rest have missed, and then we'll just roll these to try and get some hits. Yeah, 2 more. 5s for wounds. Just the 1. Okay, so 1 save, and it'll be a 3+. No, another wound drops down to 3. Okay, so Orc firepower's finished, and it's been very impressive here. Tank busters performing exceptionally well, and the mech guns, nice fire support coming in from them also. Okay, so that's the turn finished for the Orcs. There's no charges to take place, but it's been encouraging signs here. The protection granted by the 5+ invuln save, the custom force fields, that's helped out, and then we've returned firepower here with the Orcs, and it's been very impressive indeed. But it's early stages here in this game. The Imperial Knight very much alive. A damaged Warglaive also, but the Marines have not been shot at all, so Aaron does have the Imperial Fists to call upon for help as well, and each of those squads is carrying a Ladz cannon. But encouraging signs here for the Orcs. This is a good start from them. At this stage we're doing the cunning stage. We're not locking horns with the Imperial forces yet. We'll go for brutal perhaps a bit later on if the Orcs can close the ground. But looking good for them. They picked up a point here. First blood has been scored. We'll go now on to turn 2 for the Imperial Knights and their Imperial Fist allies. They need to respond and hit back hard against the Orcs. Can they do it? Their turn 2 coming up next. Right, so movement done here for the Imperial Knights and their allies. So the Warglave's continuing its attack, although it's lost its partner here, but continues on with his assault. 3 wounds on him remaining. Joined by the Imperial Knight, though, the Paladin's made its move out. Full 12, it's still on its full bracket here and getting dangerously close here to the Orc lines. A possible charge here, definitely some firepower, and maybe a charge possible here if Aaron decides to go in amongst the Orcs. Disembarking from their transport, tactical marines at the barricade here, along with the Librarian, and then around the other side. Disembarked with both squads, converging onto the objective. 2 las cannons set up, Rhino just hit, and the other one making a move around to this right hand side, and then the Chaplain again maintaining his position just here at the back. So still aggression being used here by the Imperial forces, and it matches in with House Terran here for the Imperial Knights. They've taken heavy damage. Now is a chance for them to try and strike back as hard as possible against the Orcs. We'll actually go on to the psychic phase now. The Librarian's disembarked and he's available to use some of his psychic powers. Alright, so psychic phase finished. A bit of revenge here. Aaron rolled up Smite, got an 11. Rolled a 1, his command re-rolled it and then scored a 5. So he's half the size of this closest unit here, this boy squad. Half of them been electrocuted here by the psychic powers coming from the Librarian. So good work from him. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Now, you can't write off the Imperial forces yet. The Imperial Knight is still very much alive. And then the Warglaive, although damaged, still some potential firepower to come from that. And also the las cannons are disembarked now, so just as much firepower available still from this Imperial force. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. Right, so Aaron's going to start off with Imperial Fists. The combat squad here is going to fire the las cannon into the truck. There's 3 wounds to try and pick up against that, and the bolters are going to try and pick off some more of the boys from this squad that's been smitten.
Las cannon.
Yeah, so 4+ for moving.
Yep.
Gets his hit, alright. 3's for a wound. There's trouble here. Yeah, it does wound, it goes through. So we'll go to our invuln save. Yes, we still keep it. The big mech on the bike is just here. So this will infuriate you if you roll a 5+. Oh no, again. Oh dear. Right. So excellent result there. It's going to take something else to try and bypass. Not going to stop everything, but some crucial hits here being blocked by this custom force field, which is working particularly well at this stage. So bolters then into the Orc boys that are clambering across here.
3.
They all hit here. So it's good shooting from the Imperial Fists. And 2 wounds come through. 6 up saves to try and block save 1, but another Orc boy brought down. That leaves us with just 4 left in that squad. Stormbolter from the Rhino as well. Going to try and pick a couple of them off.
Yep.
No wound. Alright, so not too bad here so far. Just the custom force field kicking in, saving the Orcs here at the moment. Okay, next one. The Rhino across there. That's the last one to fire a Hunter Killer. It has moved. Yeah, it's moved, hasn't it? That one? Yeah, so 4+. Aaron's going to try and go after this one, and then a couple of Stormbolter shots to try and pick off some wounds against the Battle Wagon. So half a chance of getting a hit here.
Yep.
She doesn't, alright, so that's missed. And then 2 shots into the Battle Wagon. 1 hit.
No wound.
No wound. Okay, requiring 6s actually. That's the hard case comes with this one, so toughness 8 for him. Right, so then we've got the squad next to the Rhino. The las cannon can see through to this damaged truck. It's moved again, so half a chance, 4+.
Yep.
No, alright.
The squad beside it. 2 beside
Yes, there's another las cannon there, so Aaron's going to fire that one.
Yep.
Gets his hit. Doesn't generate a further shot though. With the Imperial forces, 3's for wound. One comes through. I wonder how long this shield's going to hold here. So 5+. No. Not going to command reroll, and Aaron will destroy it on a 3 or more.
Yep.
6 wounds. Right, so do have a chance of ramshackle. 6 up. No, truck's gone. We'll just roll to see if we detonate here. Rather not. It's gone under the vehicle.
No, it's 2.
It's a 2. Okay, fine. So we'll resolve this here. There's the crew inside, or the tank busters inside. They may all take some damage. Okay, so not so good here. Lost 3 of the tank busters. Rolled triple 1 for them as they clambered out of that truck, which has got holes blasted all over it from the firepower that's come through. It has lasted well though, but finally it has succumbed to Imperial firepower. So good supporting fire coming through from the Imperial Fists, aiding the Imperial Knights as they close in for the kill here. Okay, so the armor gun's going to fire next. Melter gun, not much range. It's going to have to go into one of the boys. The thermal spear is going to go into this truck to try and take on this one next. So,
Okay. Thermal spear.
thermal spear, here we go. D3 shots.
Yeah, one.
Just the one. You need a 5 to hit because the damage that's come through gets the hit. 3's for a wound.
Yep.
Another 6 being rolled. 5+ here to try and block. Here with the invuln save. No. So Aaron can now roll up his damage, which is a 2. So 8 wounds remaining on this truck. Yeah, so Melter into one of the boys. Bit of overkill here. Yeah. And a 4. Yeah, so it's pulverised. There. So I'm going to lose another one. I think this squad's in serious trouble. So we've now taken 7 casualties on this Orc boy squad. It's been wrecked. Okay, it's Imperial Knight next. I think this is the last unit to fire here. So the 2 heavy stubbers are going to go after the tank busters, and then the rapid fire battle cannon is going to pick on this mech gun here to try and take that out, trying to reduce the Orc firepower down here. So heavy stubber first of all. Wow, this is very good. 4s for wounds. Yeah, well, 2. Okay, we'll take the invuln save here. We are within the bubble. So save 1, but another tank buster brought down. Maybe take this one away. And change that to 4. So they're halved in size. Still a dangerous squad here, but without their transport, they are very vulnerable now. Now the repeated battle cannon. So 2d6 shots here into... which one are you going to go after? This one here? Closest one. Okay, that one there. Yeah. 5 shots this time. We'll need 3s. And again, we'll be protected by the 5+ invuln save.
4.
3s to wound, actually. Toughness 5 or 6.
4.
They've all wounded. So we'll try and block here. We do need to block some, otherwise I think we'll be destroyed. Oh, whoa, unbelievable. This is Napoleon Git Smasher's custom force field. The Orks have been retired from the channel for quite a while, but they've been working away on their technology here, and it's paid off. Just D3 damage will come through. It is a 3, though. It's half killed. It's a 3 wounds caused on on the big mech gun. Aaron's just shocked here at some of the crazy dice rolls taking place. Not often the Orc technology can be admired, but at this stage in the battle, it's a wonder to behold. Alright, so there's some serious morale issues to deal with here for the Orcs, but we'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Firepower's complete. It's been pretty good. Orcs have taken some damage here. Truck destroyed, tank busters halved in size, and then some damage coming through here against the gun here as well, the mech gun. So we'll see what Aaron decides to charge into. If he does charge at all, we'll see. Alright, so good news for the Imperial Knights here. They have made it into combat. Aaron rolling some crazy dice rolls here. 2 6s and a 4 down here, and then a similar result. So 10 inches charged in total. I think with this one, 12 with that one. 12 with him, 10 with him, that's right. So easily making it into combat. They're looking for sort of 7 or 8 inch charges for both of them. Overwatch did come through. So Aaron failed a couple of saves here, or failed 1 save, and 3 damages come through, down to 15 wounds now on this Imperial Knight, but he has made contact there with the tank busters. Yeah, it's a House Terran rule. It's 3d6 discarding the lowest for charges. So nice and reliable charges taking place here as the Imperial Knights have plunged into the Orcs. So resolve these combats next. Aaron should be able to wipe out the tank busters here, and he should cause trouble here for the remaining Orc boys from this squad also. Right, so he's going to fight with the Warglaive first of all. There's no danger. It's impossible for me to interrupt. I've only got 1 command point left. So he's going to start with the Warglaive. It's sweep attacks you're going for.
Yeah.
Alright, so that actually grants him 8 attacks. So it's great to have that option with that weapon. Now what do you...
5.
5 because of the damage, okay. It's a brilliant dice roll. No, that is very good. And the strength is...
Strength is 6.
Okay, 3s to wound.
3 wounds, -2.
-2, okay. And the damage?
Damage 1.
Damage 1. Alright, so the knob's going to survive. He has 2 wounds, but those 2 can disappear and then a wound put on him. Okay, so the knob here I've consolidated in but we're not going to be able to reach here, not going to be able to fight. We're not within an inch, so we'll leave the combat there. The damage has been done, and the knob's just moved up to closing the ground. But they're going to count as detached here. That's not going to be an ongoing combat next turn. Right, across here, then Imperial Knight. He's not in a bracket yet, I don't think. No, so he can fight with his full effect. And imagine Aaron may use the feat.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this chainsaw to be an overkill. So 3s here for hits. There's some misses, but still, I think it's bang on average here, actually. Yeah. And this is strength 8.
This is strength. Usually, yeah, strength 8.
So 2s for kills. No, he'll get the wipeout here, no problem at all. So we can say goodbye to these tank busters. Yeah, they are long gone. Alright, so Aaron's elected to hold position where he is, defiantly standing here. He's blocked off the Orks. We were heading down this road. We will not be able to fit through that gap. So now we're blocked and entirely distracted. And I think the Imperial Fists will be happy just to start camping out on the objective, whilst the Orks have to deal with these this rampaging paladin here and the Warglaive also. So good play. Target destroyed, and then not going to pile in or get any closer to the Orks. Just going to hold position exactly where he is. So that's the end of the turn, and the Imperial Knights and their allies have done something here to readdress the balance of this game. Is it evens or not? We'll see. Maybe we can make a decision here at the end of Ork turn 2 coming up next. Their firepower has been cut down. They've lost one of their tank buster squads entirely, but other than that, firepower's not too bad, and the combat potential this army has is still intact and available now. We have some tasty targets here. It'd be great to see if the Rippa himself could bring down an Imperial Knight, but we'll see. We'll go now on to turn 2 for the Orks. So much has happened in this game. We'll see what the Orks can do next. Okay, so movement done here for the Orks, trying to respond to the Imperial Knight attack here, but at the same time trying to keep the overall game in mind here. It's defend the objectives and then go, or defend your own objective and go after the opponent's one. So Gutrippa's headed off in this direction. He's got plans here to go after the Imperial objective, and he's left this load of boys here to try and deal with the Imperial Knight threat. So the boys squad moving through. Zog swung around behind. Then here we've restored a wound on this truck with the Big Mac and positioned ourselves here with the tank busters, remaining in position here and restoring 1 wound with the Big Mac here, just rolling 2 1s for our repairs. Not as efficient as we'd hoped, but repairs being made. So no psychic phase here. Move's been done here by the Orks. Their army beginning to split up into chunks now, so you've got defensive block, this section to try and deal with the Imperial Knights, and then Gutrippa with his own plans heading off in that direction. Alright, so we're on the Orc shooting phase here. Possible point of controversy maybe, or something that Games Workshop may change in the future. Just looking to spend my last command point here. Extra stick bombs rule. So it says use your stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select an Orc infantry unit from your army, so it'll be the tank busters. Up to 10 models in that unit. I've got 8. Can fire a grenade weapon in that phase instead of only 1. Now we're armed with tank buster bombs, so potential here of 24 tank buster bomb shots if you roll really well. That's the maximum potential that we could get here against the Imperial Knight. Bit of there's only 1 command point to use that one, so you reckon it's the right way to play it. So we'll give it a go here, but the Orks, the stockpile of tank buster bombs they have in this truck are all being thrown at once. All the pins being thrown here, lobbed over the side of this truck at the feet of this Imperial Knight. We'll see what kind of damage we can do. We're going to hold on to the squigs for now. We'll let them roam free. I'm going to save their firepower for potential later turns. Right, so, and we reckon it's subject to the Daka special rule. Oh, Aaron's just quickly grabbing he's quickly grabbing a stratagem here. Rotate iron shields. Okay, here we go. This could be the pivotal point in the game. So this is the number of shots that we're looking for here. So we have rolled up pretty good actually. So that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 shots here. Up to maximum 3+. Right, remember that Aaron's invuln save is already at 4+ because of his Warlord trait. So now it's going up to 3+. So this could go wrong here for the Orks. But I've got all of these shots. I reckon it's subject to Daka as well. So we're not doing so good here. We've got 4 hits. Thankfully it's tank busters here. So we'll get to re-roll all of the misses. And that's better. So yeah, a load of hits have come through. And then in amongst that is 4 6s. So those turn into extra shots, which have got 2 more hits and then re-rollable. No, alright, so that's the number of hits that have come through. That's D6 damage a time here, so it could potentially be very nasty. Strength 8, toughness 8 though, 4s for wounds. So not bad, but I reckon we'll not bring Aaron down here. It depends on his dice roll. He's got 6 saves to make. Invuln saves here 3+. Oh no, he's fouled 5. This Imperial Knight could be a goner here. He's going to try and... Come on, point one of them at least. No! 5d6 damage. Tank Busters are about to claim a great prize here. 5d6 damage. Glory Hogs here. Oh, yeah, I think we've done it. 12, yeah, long gone. No, he is destroyed here. Yeah, 18 damage. And how many wounds remaining? 15. He's gone. Aaron's going to see if he explodes. I'd imagine he would like to explode here on a 6+. 5, close enough. Alright, but Imperial Knight destroyed here by some improvised grenade chucking here by the Tank Busters driven up close and just offloaded all their ammunition, throwing it over the side, pulling all the pins, and they've just detonated an Imperial Knight. Gutrippa put his faith and confidence in this wing of his army, and it's paid off here. Imperial Knight brought down. Alright, so turning into a bit of a Hollywood here at moments, Aaron's now going to play Valiant Last Stand as the Imperial Knight is brought down. He's going to fire now as if it is the shooting phase. He will be on his lowest damage bracket, but we're going to see a final salvo coming through here from the Knight Paladin. Great stuff. Alright, she's going to put the heavy stubbers into here, and he's going to try and finish off his original mission, which was take out this gun, which hasn't fired yet actually, right, so it would be good to stop that Ork mech gun from firing. So, stubbers now.
5, so it's 2.
Yes. No damage, okay. And then 2d6 shots into the mech gun. 6 shots, this is the final salvo here, parting gesture from this Imperial Knight. It's 3 hits. 3s to wound.
2.
Yeah, 2 wounds come through. We'll go down to our invuln save here. She passed 1, D3 damage, will not be able to destroy it here. And it is, oh ouch, 3 wounds. If it wasn't for the mech, he would have killed it, but we restored a wound. So that means we dropped down to 1 wound left on the mech gun. But Imperial Knight here, the Paladin, has been brought down by the Tank Busters. Alright, so just for cinematics here, we've left the model on. It's not going to affect line of sight, and it won't affect movement. We'll remove it if we need to, if units need to move through. But Knight destroyed. We'll go on to more Ork firepower here. We have some small arms firepower down here. We do have Tank Buster Bomb actually inside this squad to be thrown into the Warglaive. And then we've got the mech guns to fire, and Gutrippa's battle wagon also. So Ork firepower's only just begun. Alright, so we'll put everything from this boys squad into here. So D3 shots here with the Tank Buster Bomb. 2 shots. Even 5s. He missed, and that's it. No rerolls available for them. And then it will be just the slugger shots coming through next. Okay, so next is sluggers. 8 shots. So there's some hits, and then we generated ourselves another 2 shots here. This Daka special roll is really helping the Orks out. Nothing this time around, but it's been very helpful. 5s for wounds. Yeah, 2 wounds come through. No minus on here. So Aaron can take 2 saves of 3+. A wound does come through. She drops down to 2 wounds left here. Let Zog fire now with his Daka guns. And Zog has got 1 hit. And no wound at all. Big Mech next with his Daka guns. 1 hit. And no wound from him. The big shooter on here. We'll try and pick off a Marine in the distance. So 5s, missed entirely. Alright, so that's this section completely finished. No more firepower to come from them. We've got firepower now from here, and also from the battle wagon. So we're going to fire this one, and we can see through to here. Just the Imperial Knight's not counting as line of sight blocking, so we can actually see the Rhino. So we're going to fire him into the Rhino on this side. So D6 shots. 1 shot, nothing we can do about that. 4+ for a hit. Do get a hit and generates an extra shot. which then generates or gets another hit. So 2 hits come through. 3s, 1 wound comes through here. So Aaron can make a save. 2, no, and then it's d6 damage. Just the 1. Got no command points left, just a wound taken on the Rhino. We'll fire the other one as well. So d6 shots, 5 shots this time from the mech gun. Oh, this is crazy. That's 3 hits, and that will generate another 3 shots, and even 4s. Unbelievable. And then we're on 3s to wound. Yep, so 2 wounds or 3 wounds come through. So Aaron can make some saves here. Yeah, just checking, it's -3. So Aaron needed 6s, so 3d6 damage. Or, no, 6. It's not enough, 3 left. That was, we should have brought that Rhino down, but still, it's 3 wounds remaining, so that Rhino's in serious trouble with the damage coming through with these mech guns. But excellent artillery support coming through here to help the Orks out. Alright, so shooting phase complete. We did the firepower here from the battle wagon. The 4 big shooters firing, and then also the kill cannon as well. Just took out 1 Marine from one of those squads. Not too much damage coming through from there, but Orks, no complaints here. Knight brought down, other damage being caused. We'll go now on to charges and Overwatch. The Knight's been brought down. We want to try and clear the Warglaive out of the way if we can. Zog's here, poised to charge in with his lucky stick, and the Ork boys as well to try and provide a bit of cover for him. They'll charge first, try and cover Zog as he goes in for the kill, see if he can pick up a prize here. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next for the Orks on turn 2. Okay, so charges have taken place. Gone well here for the Orks. Boys have gone in. We did lose one on Overwatch, got hit by a melter. Zog's then gone in. So too has the big mech on the bike. Just to relocate him, he was here. Now I've shifted him across. He's now granting his 5+ invuln save, even to the boys that are charged 7 inches. I swung them round here behind the Warglaive with intentions to push on further as the game goes on. But we'll see if we can finish the Warglaive off here. We'll resolve these combats next. Alright, so we'll fight with Zog here. A prize to be picked up in the form of the Warglaive. So 4 attacks for him. Now he needs 2s. It would be 3s because of the -1 for the Power Claw, but with the Lucky Stick he's on +1 to his hit rolls whilst they're in the fight phase. So 2s. We are re-rolling hits because of the Lucky Stick as well for the bearer. So I'll re-roll this one, still get a 1. And then we'll be on 3s to wound. They've all wounded. That would have been re-rollable as well because of the Lucky Stick. These are at -3. So Aaron needs to roll up some dice. Yeah, 6s is after. He's save 1, but it is going to be destroyed. It's 2d3 damage. Yeah, so 4 wounds coming through, 2 left. The Warglaive's brought down. And again, Aaron will probably be happy to detonate here. No, but Warglaive destroyed here, finished off by Zog. Okay, we just discussed the stratagems here. Aaron's going to play. It's a different phase. So Valiant Last Stand is going to play again. Yes, models within an inch. So it has to be close combat, which I think he's happy to go for. So this could be problems here for Zog, maybe. So you might want to go after him. There's the big mech to try and take out as well on the bike. But Zog could find himself in trouble. So decisions here as to who to fight against.
For Zog.
Okay. And
Hitting on 5s.
5s. And what profile are you going to use?
This is the strike, which is strength 12 -3, 3 damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is trouble here. If Aaron gets some decent hit rolls, there could be trouble. So 5s though, because of the damage. 2 get through. Okay. 3s for wounds.
Yeah.
2 wounds do get through. 5 and a 3.
Yeah, -3.
-3, we get no save.
Okay, 3 damage, flat 3 damage.
6 damage. Right, so not enough to kill him. War Boss on a bike is 7 wounds. We've taken 6. Unbelievable. So if that was Gutrippa would be dead. Yeah, he would be dead. So yeah, thankfully no. Zog here, a little bit extra in durability because he's on the bike there. He has survived, but he's gravely wounded here. Zog strikes in to finish the Warglaive off, and then through the smoke, this chainsaw comes through and almost kills Zog in return. Great fight taking place here. A lot of Hollywood moments. Some great use of stratagems from both armies here. A desperate fight, but the Orks, bloodied and battered, emerge victorious from this particular fight. Imperial Knight presence on the table has been removed. It's now turned into an Imperial Fist game here as they try and withstand this Ork attack. So we're just saying some great stratagems available for both armies. Particularly impressed by stratagems available for the Orks, but also for the Imperial Knights, some great ones there available to them. So we've seen a great use of stratagems here by both armies. But that's combat's resolved now. So we'll go on to the third turn now for the Imperial Fists. They've got to launch some kind of stand here against the Orks. No doubt the Orks, after they've finished the Imperial Knights here, will try and rally and then push on with an assault of their own. Across here, it's the Librarian will try and make a stand with these Imperial Fists against this slot of Orks, and Gutrippa is on the move, closing in the range as he trundles off towards the main objective. He is brutal but cunning for sure. We'll go on to turn 3 now for the Imperial Fists here. That's all that's left here. Imperial Knights have made a great heroic attack here, but they have been stopped. Now the Imperial Fists will try and make a defense. Alright, so movement done here for the Imperial Forces, Imperial Fists. So moving around here with this Rhino. Holding position just to get the best ballistic skill possible for the Ladz cannon. The Librarian on standby as well. Then around the other side, holding position here with these two squads. Again, Ladz cannons at the ready. Then this Rhino has been moved to try and block the Orks from coming through in this area. And then again the Chaplain holding position at the back. And then the Rhino skimming round, not skimming, but driving around on a flanking manoeuvre here. I think Aaron's going to go after the line breaker victory point, possibly with that Rhino. So those kind of points, the idea is if Aaron can hold here, then it's going to go down to the smaller points to try and achieve victory, which is First Blood, Line Breaker as a crucial one, and then Slay the Warlord as well. So we'll go on to Psychic Phase next, actually. The Librarian is on standby, ready to use his Psychic powers. Alright, so Psychic Phase complete here. Smite went off, 2 mortal wounds caused here against the boys, and then Fury of the Ancients. Yeah, okay, went off, but the range wasn't long enough to then try and cause mortal wounds against targets over here as well. So that's Psychic Phase done. Not too bad for the Librarian. He's brought down a good number of Ork boys here, fried them with his psychic ability. We'll go on to Shooting Phase next. The Ladz cannons will be crucial now for Aaron here as we go on to his third turn of shooting. Yeah, so Ladz cannon into the truck here. It will survive. It's got 9 wounds left. And then the bolters, their firepower is going to go into the Ork boys to try and bring down that screen that's currently protecting Zog. Okay, so bolters are out of range 12, so Aaron will get 3 shots. No, because there's a pistol there on the sergeant. 4's for wounds. Wound comes through. We'll use our 5+ invuln save actually, because they are in range. No, so another Ork boy brought down. So this squad's starting to dwindle as well. Then the Ladz cannon shot is going into the truck just here. Missed. Okay.
I am going to reroll that.
It's going to come on, reroll it. Okay.
Yep.
Gets the hit.
Yep.
Does wound. Again, 5+ invuln save. This will drive you mad if we roll. No, okay, it comes through and it's D6 damage. Oh, 6. Cracking shot here. Nice. We dropped down to 3 wounds remaining. And it's not over yet, actually, because Aaron does have a line of sight to this with the other Ladz cannons, potentially. So this truck isn't safe. It could be destroyed. But then maybe there's higher priority targets closing in. We'll see. Yeah, so he's going to fire one of the squads. Ladz cannon coming through against the Ork truck here. Oh, you can't shoot that. Look, it's yellow. This is Imperial Fist tank. Friendly.
Figure that out.
Oh, right, okay. Imperial Fists have figured out it's a hostile unit here. Gets the hit. 3's for a wound. Wound comes through. Go to 5+ invuln save. We need this, otherwise there'll be trouble. Rush rolled a 6. I'm just going to roll Ramshackle here as well, just to infuriate even more. No, okay, so that fails. We've blocked that with 5+ invuln save thanks to the big mech here on the bike. Excellent assistance from him. And then Bolter's going to try and pick off some wounds. This is 16 wounds, this vehicle here. So Be quite a process to try and take all the wounds down.
I
No, it's 6s, yeah, because we're toughness 8. Same again. Right, so the second Ladz cannon team, same again. So here comes the shot.
Nope.
One's a miss. Okay, and then we'll do the bolter shots into the battle wagon here. Looking for 6s. Aaron pulls out 2 6s. We'll take 4 up saves. We save 1, but a wound has been taken here on the battle wagon. Okay. So Stormbolt is going to get 4 shots. We'll hit. 6s for wounds, though. That really is, that toughness 8 is really going to help out.
Yep.
No. Okay. And then Stormbolt to here, if it can see, we'll just check. So, yes, you can see the boys here. So, and again within 12. So, 3s. It's good shooting.
Is it 3s though?
Yeah, ballistic skill may well drop because of the damage here. It's 3 wounds left. We'll just check here. You may still get 3 hits here at least.
5s, yeah.
Yeah, still get the hits. 4s for wounds. 2 wounds come through, and again we'll take the invuln save, which we failed. 2 more boys brought down. And that's it. Okay, not too bad. But still, this truck remains alive, and that helps protect the tank busters inside. But here, the boys have taken some punishment. There's 4 of them left here from this squad. Shooting phase finished. Assaults. None. That'll mark the end of the turn 3. So we'll now go on to the 3rd turn for the Orks. They need to close the range now of the Imperial Fists. Aaron making attempts to try and block Ork progress. We'll see if they can burst through on both flanks here. We've got this attack to try and deal with the Imperial Fists here, and then to go after the objective, and then we've got this rogue Rhino making a quick dash around on the flank as well. See what the Orks decide to do. We'll go on to their 3rd turn next. Okay, so movement phase done here for the Orks. So Gutrippa's swung the battle wagon round here. I'm going to try and blow a hole through here with firepower, potentially charged with the battle wagon as well, and then firepower coming from here. This one can see, this one can't, but it might well be able to take out the Rhino that's over here. Zog's heading off towards the Rhino also. Then the big mech on the bike, he does have a big chopper, so he can cause trouble in close combat. The lone knob now, the other 3 boys evaporated away because of bad morale. No, they went to run. We then did breaking heads, and then the mortal wounds came through and took them out anyway. So it's just the knob that's left. And then 2 wounds restored here from the big mech on the bike. So back up to 5 wounds now with the Ork truck, with the tank buster still inside. So we'll go now on to shooting phase for the Orks. As we try and keep ahead in this game. I think the Orks are looking quite strong at this stage. Okay, shooting phase complete here for the Orks. Not that effective here. It was one of the mech guns did take out the Rhino in the end. About 5d6 damage come through. Absolutely horrific, because that Rhino's destroyed, didn't explode. Then we fired a lot of Dakka and the tank busters and the 2 remaining squigs, and in the end it was just one of the squigs caused one of the Marines to be brought down, but the rest of them are fine, so that squad has remained defiantly alive. Then across here, no damage at all against the Rhino. That was from this mech gun. Then we fired everything we had here from the battle wagon into the Marines just there, and again Aaron pulled out a load of saves and didn't fail any. Yeah, so no firepower coming from here. It's hard case this is equipped with, so we're not open topped. So we do have units inside that can shoot, but they're not allowed to because the vehicle's not open topped. So shooting phase complete. We'll go down to charges. Lots of charges available. We'll see if the battle wagon can crash into the Rhino. Around here, Zog, the big mech, the knob here as well. All potential charges available for the Orks. Alright, so charges are taking place. Bonebreakers charged in here against the Rhino. Then across here, Zog using Here We Go special roll, but Zog didn't make it in, just short on the reroll that he made. Big Mac fouled, but then on a reroll for Here We Go, he made it into combat there against the Librarian and the Tactical Squad, and the Knobs charged in against them as well. But a bit of an even fight here now that Zog has not made it into combat. And then we've got this combat here to resolve as well. We'll check out the Bonebreaker here. It's 6 attacks plus d6. 3, not bad. So 9 attacks coming through. We will be hitting on 2s here. They've all hit. It'll be strength 9. So 3s for wounds. Horrific dice rolling here. 5 that one have passed. So 4 come through at -2. Yeah, so I'm going to reroll one of them. There was a cock dice here. I knocked it over, but it was actually just completely cocked, so I rolled it here. It does wound. Alright, so 4 wounds will come through here. 5s. You save 1. It's 2 damage a time. So 6 wounds taken, but the Rhino's done its job. It's blocked the entrance here for the Orks, trying to stop them from breaking in. 4 wounds left on the Rhino. So it's boarding action here. I wish I had the command points. Could have used that at the end of the fight phase. We get to fight with some of our weapons from inside the vehicle, but it's not to be. We don't have the command points available, so the Rhino has survived. But as to how long it's going to last, we'll have to see. Okay, so we've got combats across here as well to resolve. Right, so we'll fight here with the Orc Knob. 3 attacks for him. This is Goff, so any 6s here would be good. Yes, so we've got 2 hits and then generating an extra attack, which has failed. We then go for 3s to wound. 1 wound comes through, it's -1, so 4 up save.
Nope.
No, so a Marine hacked down here by the big chopper. Big Mac now. He has a big chopper as well, so we've got 2 hits, generating an extra attack. Nope. And then, no wounds at all coming for any 3s there with that big chopper from him. So Aaron can fight back now with the tactical Marines and also the Librarian, which could cause trouble for the Big Mac on the bike. Okay, so regular Marines are going to fight against the Knob. I think you actually attack your Sergeant, so you can chuck another dice in there. Okay. 2 wounds come through, and we've failed both, so the Knob's gone. Okay, so wiping out the last of the Orc boys. Yeah, Librarian next, fighting against the Big Mac on the bike. 2 hits. Yeah, wounds coming through here. It's -1, I think.
Worst day of -1, yeah.
-1. Okay, so 5 up saves. Save 1, and it'll be D3 damage. 3 wounds, good result here. Stubborn resistance from the Marines on this flank. The Orcs are struggling to break through. Okay, so resolve there. The Rhino can fight back here as well. I think Aaron gets D3 attacks, I think, with the Rhino. We'll let him resolve that, and that'll be the end of the turn here for the Orcs. But at the moment, Imperial Fist's doing their best to try and block the Orc progress. It's worked at the moment here, but there's still a good number of turns left in this battle. Yeah, so Aaron's rolled up at the tanks, caused no trouble there for the battle wagon. That's the end of the turn. Orcs still look stronger, but Imperial Fist's frustrating them for sure. We'll go now on to the 4th turn for the Imperial Fists as they try and stem the Orc advance. If they can keep the Orcs back from the objective here, they're blocking them on this flank. A roadblock here as well. A big skip's been dumped across the way, much to Gutrippa's anger here, but we'll see if the blockage can continue. We'll go on to turn 4 now for the Imperial Fists. Okay, so movement done. The Marines and the Librarian have elected to stay in combat. They're going to try and finish the Big Mac off if they can. Then across here, Aaron's backed out of combat with the Rhino, but still causing a blockage here for Gutrippa's vehicle. The Marines holding position. The Chaplain's moved up behind them to bolster the defence of the objective, and the Rhino's made a rush around on this flank, going for line breaker and possibly to try and disrupt the mech guns at the back. So that is... oh yes, you can still shoot here. There's only 2 wounds left on this gun. So yeah, there's trouble potentially. The Orcs could lose one of their mech guns. Here, we'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Smite's going to be a problem here for the Big Mac on the bike for sure. Alright, so good play here. Big Mac on the bike gone. An excellent roll for Smite, and that unit's been destroyed. Aaron hasn't pulled out of combat here, so now his squads will be able to shoot as well in the shooting phase. So great Psychic Phase here, freeing up his battle line. Well, we wouldn't really call it a battle line. There's 3 Marines and a Librarian, but they're holding this flank up here and infuriating the Orcs. And now that there's 3 to shoot, Zog may find himself in trouble. He's only got 1 wound left, so it's all going a bit pear-shaped here for the Orcs on this flank. And Gutrippa may well find himself very alone here soon in his bid to attack the Imperial lines. But we'll go on to shooting phase next for the Imperial Fists now on their 4th turn. Okay, shooting phase here, and more good results coming through. Zog's gone. Last cannon shot took him out. caught out there by the Marines. So good play on this flank here by Aaron. Good defence and good strategy being used here. And the Orks now cut down just to tank busters. That's it. Okay, and then across here, 6 wounds coming through for one of the Ladz cannon shots. The battle wagon all of a sudden plummets down to 9 wounds remaining. So other firepower came through, but the wounds couldn't get through there against the battle wagon. Yeah, and then here, storm bolters couldn't fire. Aaron advanced with that tank. Shooting phase complete. The Ork army shrunk down all of a sudden. We've lost all of our Ork boys. Tank busters from one of the units has gone in its truck. A number of characters now have been brought down also. So all of a sudden, the Imperial Fist are putting up a great defence here. We'll go on to charges in Overwatch. I'm not sure if there is any. No. Alright, so we're going to go on to the 4th turn now for the Orks. They need to go back to cunning mode now. Brutality is not working here at this stage. So we need to be cunning and need to be careful. It would be terrible for the Orks if they let their grip on this game be loosened. We'll see. We'll go on to their 4th turn next. Gutrippa needs to think of a cunning plan. Alright, so movement done for the Orks. Going to try and go for the killer blow here. Gutrippa's told his lads no more mucking about. Going to go for the kill. So we've held position here with the tank busters. They're going to sit there and let loose of their rockets. The battle wagons reversed. Done a 3-point turn here in this small space. What a mess he's made. Spun around. I'm going to try and run over the librarian with the death roller if we can. Mech guns have held position. I just need to, it's the end of movement phase here. We'll just roll up. 2 wounds restored on here. This is his job, just to repair these guns. And then across around the other side, before the battle wagon move, Gutrippa has disembarked with the Mega Knobs, the Pain Boy, and then Rippa himself is just crashing through the jungle here, getting ready to charge into these Imperial Fist Marine units. So, and on to the objectives. Now, the advantage, Aaron does have objectives secured with his troops, but we're talking about as to how long they'll last. We'll have to see. This is a heavy Ork armoured units moving through now to try and take on these Space Marines. We'll go now on to shooting phase for the Orks. Plenty of shooting opportunities for them now in every sector, really, across here. Shooting available here as well. And then the mech guns. Great support they've been available to shoot also. Alright, so this mech gun, D6 shots into the Rhino. 2 this time, and even 4s. 1 hit. 3s for a wound. Nothing. Okay, so 0 from that one. I think I'm going to have to fire the other one across as well. So D6 shots from that. It is a 6. Painful. 4s for hits. Yeah, these mech guns are ridiculous. 4 6s, and if that's not good enough, that's generated 4 more shots. Here, needing 4s. Oh no! This is Aaron doesn't know what to think here. I think we're doing this right. I mean, correct us if we're wrong, but 3s for wounds. Yeah, it's utterly horrific. I think that's whole face, and it's a 4. Those 2 have failed. So yeah, 5 saves here of 6+. Terrible trouble for this Rhino. Here it's in big trouble. Aaron blocks one of them. 4d6 damage. Gone. Just about, but 12 wounds caused. If it detonates, it doesn't know. Good job here from the mech guns. So this is the whole tactical with these. The idea is the other Ork units go out and do their fighting and manoeuvring. These sort of get ignored, which has mostly happened, and then they just provide this long-range fire support. We've found that it's been particularly useful for enemy units trying to break through at different points, just like the Rhino here, and they've pivoted and blown it away. Excellent firepower from these Grot guns here. The mech guns have done very well. So yeah, we're just discussing the Ork Codex here. Very impressed with it. Still keeping the same flavour. It still has that Orky feel to it for sure. But the stratagems that are available now, the bonuses that we've seen, like Daka for example, just giving the edge to the Orks. I reckon they should be one of the stronger factions out there. We'll fire tank busters now. With no tanks left to shoot, we'll let some rockets off into the Marines now. So 8 shots, 5s and 6s. Oh yeah, there's trouble now. Trouble for this squad. 2s for wounds. They've all wounded. So Aaron will get 4 saves here of 5+. Could see the end of resistance here. No, gone. Squad destroyed here. Tank busters have caused dreadful casualties. Alright, so closest model, we'll put a bit of DACA into the librarian here. That's a hit, and it generates an extra shot, which hits as well. And then 3's 2 wounds come through, 2 saves are 3+. Yeah, 1 wound taken. Orc firepower is not to be scoffed at anymore. It's respectable for sure. So we'll put the battle wagon now into the librarian as well. I'd rather run him over, but we'll try and soften him up a little bit here. Yeah, no, we'll run him over. Sorry about this. We'll fire in the other direction, so we'll fire into some marines here instead. We could try and take that rhino out. No, we'll try and take the rhino out. Okay, so kill cannon on top into the rhino. 2 shots, and even 5s. Missed, and then we've got a load of DACA into it as well. Okay, so 5s. Yeah, so just 2. That'll generate an extra shot, which hits as well. 5s for wounds, nothing. Alright, so no impact at all from the battle wagon. We'll leave it to his close combat now to try and bring the librarian down. We've got a little bit of firepower to resolve over here from Gutrippa and the Meganobs, and that'll be shooting phase complete. Okay, so resolve the firepower here. 2 marines brought down from this squad at the back, and that was firepower coming through from the custom shooters and from Gutrippa's custom weapon as well. Shooting phase complete. We'll go on to charges next. I think we're going to try and judge everything here with Gutrippa and his lads, and then we're going to try and run over a librarian as well. I think that'll be a very satisfying experience if we can do that. Also, we'll go on to charges and Overwatch now. See if the librarian can stop the battle wagon. He's got a crack grenade. It may well be the last thing that he does. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Okay, so charges have taken place here. We charged everybody within 12 with the Meganobs, and they've managed to roll up. A bit of help with here we go. We re-rolled one of the dice. We swung around 8 inches. We have reached the chaplain here. Aaron did Overwatch of all of these units. A Ladz cannon hit, actually almost took out one of the Orc. Meganobs, 2 wounds taken, so just about alive. No damage coming in from other weapons. So made contact all across the line. Gut Stitch has made it in. He's got a power claw, and Gutrippa's here. He's made contact with both the Rhino and this squad of 4 at the front also. So it's a scary weight to this Orc attack here. Meganob's very well equipped. Gutrippa's an absolute killer now with the new rules. He's got the killer claw, so it's a straight 3 damage. There's no minus for him to hit. He's then got +1 to his damage roll for his warlord trait, brutal but cunning. So he's on 4 damage. He's on reroll wounds, reroll hits available for him also. So terrifying possibilities with him. Then across here, we've actually driven across the old, there's half of a warglaive underneath here, but we've smashed into the librarian, who did get a hit with a crack grenade, but it bounced off and failed to wound. So Aaron's got no command points left, so no interruptions can take place. So maybe start over here against the librarian. 6 attacks and a d6 extra 4. So 10 attacks going to come through against him. So on 2s to hit. All of them except 1. There is a 6 there, so we reckon that generates for Goths. It's going to generate an extra attack, which hits. We're on strength 9. So they've all wounded except 1. There's really nothing left of this. You'd hardly be able to find any trace of this Rhino here, or this librarian. So we're on 9 wounds coming through at -2, so 9 saves of 5+ here for the librarian. No, he's long gone, so that's going to be about 10 wounds coming through against him. So we found a use here for the battle wagon. That's driving over characters. You know, why shoot at them or engage them properly in combat? Just drive over them here. But good work done by the battle wagon. So we swung it around 3 inches. Closest enemy models are over here. So we'll now go on to the combats on this side. But we'll pick the... Yeah, we'll go Gutrippa first. I think we'll fight with him. So I'm going to go 2 attacks here and 2 attacks into this squad. So 2 attacks into the Rhino. Reroll hits. That reroll has generated an extra attack for Goths, which 2's hit, so 3 have got through. 3's for wounds. They've all wounded. It's -3 and it's 4 damage. So Aaron needs to roll 666 here to stay alive. Oh, whoa, 2 6s, but it is enough here. 4 damage, 4 wounds left. The Rhino is no more. Aaron can roll to see if he detonates here, which he does. We'll figure out what's going to go on here, but some mortal wounds are about to come through. Gutrippa. Caught in the explosion here and takes 3 wounds. Unbelievable. This front squad with 4 men left. One of them's been brought down. The back squad here. One of those has been brought down. And the Mega Knobs. I'm going to lose one model here because of the explosion. Yeah, 3 wounds caused. So 1 can be taken and a model removed, and then I'll shift these 2 onto the next one. Yeah, and the Painboy as well, Gut Stitcher. Taken 2 wounds on him as well. So there'll be some work for him to do now. Wounds all over the place. Right, so Gutrippa's attacks. I'll put the attack squig into the regular Marines as well. We've still got the 2 attacks coming through with the Claw. 2 hits. Failed to wound, but re-rolling wounds because of the Killer Claw. The 2 wounds come through. 2 saves here of 6+. And Marines brought down. Gutrippa is a killer now. Because of the new codex and the stack of rules that you can grant, is absolutely deadly. So you can lose a sergeant or a Ladz cannon.
Ladz cannon.
Okay, Ladz cannon's going to go. And then those 2 are left. There's 1 left from that squad. There's the sergeant here. We'll see if the little attack squig can bring him down. Reroll hits. 4 for wounds. Rerolling. 1. And it's -1, so a save of 4+. Saved. Alright, attack squig's failed to bring the sergeant down. So we'll go for Gut Stitcher next. So he'll pile in against the lone Marine and try and finish him off with his attacks. So 4 attacks with him. Needing the 4s, actually. That generates an extra attack because of Goffs, which misses. 2s for wounds. Yeah, 2 wounds come through because of times 2 strength, and failed. Alright, so D3 damage, but the sergeant's been removed. So that's that squad gone. It's down to the Mega Knobs now. We'll pile in with these. So these boys are going to attack the chaplain. We've got 1 Mega Knob here, and then another one within an inch of him, so those 2 can fight. And then Killsaw Kyle's going to try and hack down the last 2 Marines from that squad. So Kyle gets 4 attacks. It only gets 1 hit. 2's for a wound. Yes, and it's actually -4 with that one. So 1 Marine brought down, either the sergeant or the Ladz cannon. Ladz cannon's going to go, and then we'll put the rest of our attacks into the chaplain here. Needing 4s. Yep, and then we've generated 2 more attacks. Then we're on 2s to wound. 2 have failed. There's no rerolls available. Nowhere near as reliable as the HQ, but still deadly enough. Aaron will drop down to 4+ invuln save here to try and block. 2 get through. It's 2d3 damage. It's 3 wounds caused. The chaplain is going to survive this. He'll remain alive, but gravely wounded. So Aaron's going to fight back with the chaplain in 2s and rerollable for the chaplain.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then 3s to wound. 1 wound comes through. The minus is 1, I think.
-1, yeah.
Yeah, so a 3+ save. Passed. Alright, so we hold. We were about to lose another model there, but the Mega Armor's held there for the Orks. The Sergeant can fight now as well. 3s. And 4s. 1 wound. 2 up save. Passed with him. So there's another attack here to come through the Sergeant, which does hit. And doesn't wound. Alright, so I think we've resolved combats here at this stage, and the Orks have smashed their way through to the objective. So at this stage, Aaron's going to concede whilst there's still models on the table here. So the chaplain's going to limp off and pull away from this objective, and the sergeant, perhaps he'll escape as well. But the game's ended there. The Orks have been brutal and cunning at the same time. Gutrippa has not been reckless. He's saved his charge to the right moment, to the coast was clear, to the night was dealt with, and so on, and then punctured through here and onto the objective. So a victory here for the Orks as we celebrate the arrival of the new codex. Points scored then. Linebreaker here for the Orks, both objectives, first blood, and the Warlord slain as well. So 9 points to 0 here in this game. The Orks have smashed their way through. Very impressive indeed. There's so many bonuses now for the Orks. It's really helped them out. So hopefully in the future there'll be an army to be feared, and will happily take on any of the factions, even the stronger armies that are out there, such as James's Ultramarines and the Astra Militarum. We'll see if the Orks can take them on and win in future battles. But thanks to Aaron Allen for coming down, taking control of the Imperial Knights and the Imperial Fists. The game was open at the early stages of the battle, but the Orks weathered the firepower that came in and then responded with deadly firepower of their own, and then grabbed a hold of the game and wouldn't let it go. So good from them. Good to see Gutrippa back, and certainly making an impression as his Ladz return to the channel. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Alright, so we're discussing units of the game. Plenty of options for the Orks. Number of units performing well. Good display at the end from Gutrippa and the Meganobs combination. Honourable mention to the mech guns. Good fire support coming in from them. Going to give it to the tank busters. Great display from them. Their firepower was horrific at times, and they brought down the Imperial Knight in a very impressive display. So I'm going to give it to them. Aaron's going to give unit of the game to the Librarian. It was good psychic powers from him. Smite was particularly deadly in this game for the Librarian, and he helped the Imperial Fists hold this flank for a good part of the game, at least. But that's units of the game for both armies.